Good day, ladies and gentlemen. We are live, guys. And Kaviex, why is your name? Oh, for Pete's sake. I'll edit it. I'll edit it. I'll edit it. Your name is screwed up. Oh, for Pete's sake, this is real professional. Welcome to the RambleCast, everybody. RambleCast, where we ramble about games. I'm editing the crap out of this, so that won't fit there. Fuck it, it's gonna stay there.
Good luck if you actually can get into Twitch, because we can't.
You can't? Kaviex got in.
Yeah, I'm in. I'm watching the stream.
Yeah, but he's on a gay 100 meg line.
Oh.
Just like you.
We have no...
Can't handle this megabyte privilege.
Yeah, this is the stream where this is a show where we talk about games and stuff around games and other stuff about games and stuff. We've got the luscious locks of Mr. Tooway joining us today. How are you doing, buddy?
Fine on yourself.
I'm good.
Still trying to figure out Twitch. I'm gonna shoot someone soon. But yeah, other than that, all good. Drinking coffee while sweating from heat.
Okay, cool. And then we're joined by the man in the bee suit or whatever, Mr. Slabwrangle.
It's a butterfly suit.
Obviously.
Okay,
It's
butterfly
a
suit.
Butterfly suit.
To be fair, I thought it was a
Deadly
bee.
butterfly suit.
Okay, deadly butterfly suit. How you doing, buddy?
I'm good. I'm good. How's y'all?
Pretty good, I think.
Yeah, good. Slabwrangle, first show
Yes?
that you actually have a webcam, you have to wear that suit. You do realize that, right?
There we go, yes. There we
Can't
go.
break my emotion.
Punishment.
Where on earth am I going to find a butterfly suit?
Oh, I'll find
Monarch
one.
butterfly suit.
Make one.
You have a wife. Get her to make one.
And then
Yeah. No.
and then we're joined by the luscious voice of Kaviex himself. How you doing, buddy?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm quite tired, but aside from that, quite good. Yourself? For the third time, I'll ask how you are this morning in case it's changed.
I'm still doing good, I think.
Good.
Yeah.
Those last
good,
15 seconds weren't horrendous for you.
Good.
Yeah, it was good. No stress. My camera's off center. Fuck it. I don't care anymore.
That half an hour
Zaffageek
pre-show
cameras
setup
off
really
center.
was well used.
Yeah. So this is basically, we are going to focus for this show. We're going to focus on the Game Awards winners and talk about who won and whatever, and give our opinions on that. If we've played the games, whatever, you know. Which in most cases likely won't be. They won't be. I want to use my words. I'm trying to use my words. In most cases, most of us won't have played those games in any way. I think Kaviex is the only guy who's played most of them.
Probably,
And
yeah.
we are therefore very qualified to judge them.
Yes, we are qualified to judge them. I mean,
Yes,
that's how
we
the political
can say
system works in
fucking
South
all.
Africa. So come on.
It's an unbiased review because we have had absolutely nothing to do with any of the games.
Indeed. But firstly, let's get down to what we've been playing this week, quickly. Two-way. I'm going
This week, no games.
that
Yeah.
way.
No real games. Reinstalled, played a little bit of Besiege. Oh, fuck, I played an hour of each game and then I go on to the next one. So I can sit here for an hour just going through my Steam library for the last week.
Okay, okay.
It's not worth it. It's a lot of games, but not
None of them stood out or anything?
No.
Wow, this was an exciting week for you. Kaviex, what have you been doing except being awfully sexy and sounding very, very, very beautifully on stream last night?
With my oh my.
Yes, there we go!
I'll sneak it in somewhere. Mine's mainly been Dota and Banished this week. I got given Banished by Tooway, so I was like, oh, sweet. I've deliberately said
I
that.
love, yeah, I love how you guys just bringing that up.
But well, for the first like half of the week, I couldn't play anything because we was changing ISPs, so I didn't have internet for 3 days. So it's only when your internet goes down you realize how much you depend on it for every single little thing.
Yeah.
Like, it was like I get home from college and it's just I don't know what to do with myself because it's like I can't watch films because they're all on Netflix. I can't listen to music because it's all on Spotify. I can't play games because all the games I play are online like Dota or something. So it's just
But you
like,
can download. Oh wait, you don't have internet.
so I mean, there's just my life just ends. So I just sat there sad for 3 days until my 100 meg line came back on, and I was like, I was very happy.
Yeah. Kaviex even messaged me in that time. It's like,
Yeah.
hi.
I had a WhatsApp going with Tooway just so I could try to maintain some communication with the world.
So what's on my Facebook profile now? 10 minutes later, what's on it now? What's on my Twitter feed? What's happening? Go log into my YouTube account. I want to see what videos are trending. Come on, man. I need that
On
fix.
average, I go through my mobile data like 200 meg a month. I went through 600 meg in the 3 days I didn't have internet. Like that was how much I couldn't stay away from it. I genuinely have an addiction. It's not good.
Dude, it's an issue because I know in the last almost 2 years that I've been here, my internet's been off now a total of about 3 hours. In those 3 hours, I wanted to die. It's like, shit, I need to do something online. And when it came back on, I'm like, okay, I'll just sit back and look at Facebook.
Pretty much, yeah. Like that was the worst thing is I couldn't even go on Reddit or something. So I couldn't even like check the news properly. Like I had to essentially pay to check the news. Like
You should.
was a sad time.
There's things like that you buy, and in the UK it's probably in the metro stations or on your off license, called newspapers.
I
Have you-
did buy a newspaper actually. Not for the associated reason, but because there's a picture of me in the elf costume in our local newspaper, and I bought it purely so I could have a hard copy of it. So, and
Did that copy make you hard?
Very?
Okay.
It didn't show up in the elf costume, thankfully, because the red is quite complimenting.
Oh,
But,
really? Ooh. Okay.
but yeah,
So you haven't played. You basically played Banished, and
It's a fun game, isn't it, Kaviex?
Fuck
I'm gonna roll
off.
with it. Fuck you.
fuck off.
it is a fun game. It's surprisingly complicated for how little like interactions there actually are. Like, there's not a lot of buildings, but it's just I make it up to about 30 people at this point, and then everyone just dies. Like, it's like oh, well, I've completely escaped my mind. What's the old game where people used to die of dysentery all the time?
The
Settlers?
one where you what Oregon
Oregon
Trail.
Trail.
Gold Rush.
Yeah,
Gold
Oregon
Rush.
Trail. It just reminds me of that. It's just you make one mistake and suddenly everyone dies of a disease or starvation or cold, and you just get
Yep.
really sad.
No, when we stopped playing on Friday, I was up to about 60 people stable with 10 people in school and 20 kids. So figured it
Also
out.
played
Ted.
more than- yeah.
I know.
And
I
then
also played Space Engineers. Sorry.
Space Engineer. The thing is, I got into that game like on a free weekend. I started the game, opened up a menu, and like I got bombarded by a punk load of stuff that I can build. I'm like, no, need someone to show me the ropes. Thank you. I ran around, went into a ship a bit, and destroyed something, and quit the game.
Yeah, the game actually has tutorials now, which it didn't have when I first played, which is useful.
Okay, yeah, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, but it is a fun game. Like, I suggested it to Tooway a while ago as something to maybe play on the stream as like a group at some point, because it is quite entertaining to play through.
It is. It's like Minecraft, only better. But then the problem with Space Engineers is halfway through the early access development, they switched over to medieval engineers. So it's like, why don't you just finish Space Engineers and then do medieval engineers?
It
by the
still
way,
gets updated every once in a while, so it's not too bad. It's no DayZ, but
No,
so Zaffa, are you going to split this one into 3? Because we're doing a bit of rambling in the beginning, and I want the awards separate.
You want the award separate?
Yeah.
No. I are in control of this fucking channel, okay? I are in control. Okay, there we go. Normal people scare me.
I was going to say that means nothing to me.
And Slabwrangle. What have you been doing
What have I
besides
been doing?
working and playing XCOM?
Yeah, that's about it.
Okay.
Like how I spoke for like 15 minutes and didn't shut up. Yeah, XCOM.
It's like, XCOM.
See, he actually listens to me. He kept his short and concise. Both of you, like, let's fucking talk this week out. What
You were the
have
one
we
complaining
been
on the stream yesterday that I don't talk enough. Here's your punishment.
So now we move on. We've all been. Oh, I've been playing Quake 1 this week. That's it. See,
And
short and
dying a lot.
concise. And dying a lot. Man, that expansion pack was crazy. Holy crap. But we will ramble about that in the last part of the show. Let's just move on to the news so that AC Tooway can be happy and that we all can be happy. I'm trying to keep the peace here. Okay.
Yeah, but I want Kaviex to do the announcement for this.
Oh yes, he needs to do the announcements, and he needs to add at least one oh my somewhere in there.
Announcement
But,
for what?
For the
No, you
game.
have to say, we're doing the no awards, blah, 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 that part.
The Game
What was
Awards
your-
2015, to be precise.
The Game Awards. I don't know.
Normal voice. You fucked it up.
You fucked it up.
Go Zaffa.
Okay, we're talking about the Game Awards, and we have... First up, we've got Game of the Year, which is essentially Bloodborne... I won't mention the winner yet. Fallout 4, Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain, Super Mario Maker, and The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. Let's start off with the first one. Game that none of us has played except maybe Kaviex.
No, I don't even think he did Bloodborne.
Could you Mr. Tooway, there's a message for you in the channel there.
Uh-huh.
Just sort it out there. I'm not going to open that. It's going to screw around with my overlay. Have you played? Have anyone played Bloodborne?
I have.
No.
And what do you think of it? Well, what's your opinion?
No. What do you think? I'm not a Dark Souls fan. I wasn't from the... When I walked into a game shop and a guy told me, if you don't play Dark Souls, you're not a real gamer, man. I went, well, fuck
Wait,
you.
is this the game shop in
Yes,
Mimosa
in
Mall? In Mimosa
Yes.
Mall?
Yep.
Did he have like glasses and like a shitty beard? It
I
sounded
can't
like him.
remember.
It sounded
Yeah.
like him. Yes.
Yeah, but they all had that attitude. It was with Dark Souls 1 with its release. It looked intriguing. I would have tried it if you didn't have this fucking... I grew up as a nerd, so I can call him a nerdy little fucking bitch. Standing there telling me I cannot be a real gamer if I don't play this game. And I'm like, well, try and play my fucking game, StarCraft and Dota. Go for it, buddy. Let's see if you're a real gamer. Fucking assholes.
Okay, so we've got one opinion on Bloodborne.
That was a lot of hate.
It's the same. It's kind of the same hate I have against Dota 2, by the way.
Yeah. No, but overall, the main thing for me on Bloodborne is it looked, if they made it a tad easier, Kaviex, you can confirm, but it looked like it's just more of Dark Souls, right?
I found it to be different enough to Dark Souls that I didn't like it. I like the Dark Souls games, particularly 2, which probably people already disagree with me about because apparently 2 is easier and that makes me a filthy casual.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
Disgusting
Bloodborne,
casual player.
pretty much, yeah. like Bloodborne itself just never really took me in. I didn't find the world as interesting. Like I found the aesthetics a little bit kind of samey. I know they do change. Like before people jump at me, I know they do change, but it all is kind of the same building environment generally as you go through, at least up to the point where I played. I didn't find the bosses quite as interesting, and I liked the bosses in Dark Souls games more. And it was also just more a case of that'll be my dogs go mad because someone just knocked at my door, which is great. And trying to think of how to phrase it. Like the combat itself, I much preferred how more tactical Dark Souls was as opposed to Bloodborne. Because like I can see that there's nothing wrong with Bloodborne's combat system. Like it's a perfectly fine system. But personally, I preferred that Dark Souls was more you kind of wait for your moment then strike, of which Bloodborne was more you constantly backwards and forwards try to dodge things. And I just preferred the way Dark Souls worked.
Okay.
Yeah, Bloodborne looked more like all other RPGs in that style, not the Dark Souls way of being very tactical, waiting for that one instance that he like turns it in a certain way, and then you have to swoop and do your one attack and then run away again, type of thing.
Yeah, that's basically the gist of it.
Yeah, I have no... Bloodborne was big on Twitch for a very short while. For about a week or two. Well, that's actually long in Twitch terms. And I have no idea. I mean, when they told me, like, Bloodborne, oh, Dark Souls thing, I'm like, okay, cool. That's cool. Dark Souls, Bloodborne, beautiful. Leave it to the side. People are still hammering about on that I should try Dark Souls on Twitch, and I'm like, no.
The only reason they want you to do it is because they know you're gonna die a million fucking times.
Shut up. So that was the first contender. Slabwrangle. I need to look at this screen to remember your names. Have you heard of this?
Yes, I've read a few reviews. Basically, it's Blood Souls, just crappier. That's the overwhelming response.
Oh, Dark Souls.
You know, Dark Souls, but everything is blood. You get blood orbs, blood money, blood this, blood that, blood that.
Ah, okay, yeah, okay. Okay, cool.
The currency is blood, the weapons are blood, everything has a prefix and a suffix of blood, and it's the same game, just not.
Okay, cool. Then we have Fallout 4. So, Kaviex, you completed it.
I have completed it. I nearly completed it twice.
So was it a disappointment or not?
I wouldn't say it was a disappointment.
But what would you say?
Would you say it's the second coming as it was being heralded?
Not quite. Like I think it's a perfectly good game, but I don't think it's a similar thing with how like it's the same how whenever Half-Life 3 is released, it will never be as good as people want it to be.
Yeah.
People hyped up Fallout 4 so much, it was never going to be as good as people wanted it to be. So it fell to its own hype, really, because there is nothing wrong with the game, aside from the fact it is a little bit buggy, but it's a Bethesda game, they all are. So, but there's
all
nothing
non-modded Bethesda games are buggy.
Yeah, pretty much. But like you can, I don't know. It's very difficult to kind of explain why it's not as good as like 3 or like New Vegas or anything. But I mean, I did enjoy it. I like some of the way. It is easy for one thing. It's an easy game.
No. It's easy to explain why, because it doesn't have like 50 mods out for it where you can pick and choose what mods to make it better. That's the main thing that's still making it different from those first games.
To be fair, I never really played with mods with 3 or New Vegas. The only mods I ever installed were ones that fixed the game or changed aesthetic things. Like I got like the mod that removed the filter over the sky and stuff.
Oh, the Fallout mod. Yeah, the Fallout mod, yeah.
And the ones that changed the Pip-Boy slightly. But aside from that, I never really changed much. Even in Skyrim, I never changed that much.
Oh, really?
Except for getting like Sky UI, because it just made the UI work better on PC, sorry, as opposed to consoles. But Fallout 4, I did like the way some of the things worked in it. Like, I think power armor works much more effectively now, and I much prefer the idea of it. How power armor is actually more of like a big thing that you actually have to go like repair and put power in and actually walk into. You can't just equip it. I prefer that because it makes more sense. But aside from that, like things in the game just seemed a little bit weaker and less thought out. Like the dialogue didn't seem as good. Like there was numerous times where I was talking to someone that have a really strong opinion on something, but because in Fallout or Bethesda games, I always play a high charisma sniper basically on my first playthrough. So like high charisma, high perception. On this, it would basically be a case of someone had a really strong opinion, but just because I passed one hard charisma check, suddenly their entire viewpoint is flipped around and they'll just immediately contradict themselves. So, like I just Jedi mind tricked them, and it was kind of a situation of that. That was such a big change. The dialogue seemed really out of place. Like it didn't seem like it was actually flowing, and it did just seem like the dialogue was just picking from a tree as opposed to actually trying to imitate an actual conversation.
The biggest issue I had with Fallout 4 is the fact that your guy, the storyline, the protagonist, got into a vault before the bombs fell. He came out, was like, I don't know, this is a wasteland, I will pick up this gun. Oh, I can actually shoot this gun. I can actually hit with this gun. I'm proficient in this gun. 2 steps, like 2 towns over, he picks up a laser weapon and he can shoot it. And I'm like, they should have been training for... This guy was a mean motherfucker before the war. This guy definitely had some basic weaponry skills.
Yeah, if you're playing the male character, he was in the army.
Oh.
Yeah, this his backstory, he was a soldier.
Oh, he was?
Yeah.
Holy shit. And the female character, what's her story for picking up weapons and being awesome at all of it?
Lawyer.
Of course, she's
so
a lawyer.
Why she can use weaponry, I'm not entirely sure, unless there is a reason I haven't found out. But yeah, the as far as I'm aware, the male character was conscripted into the army, which is why he knows how to fight.
Fuck.
Again, the Pip-Boy. I can still support you on this, Zaffa. How does he just know how to use the Pip-Boy?
Yeah. The Pip-Boys was actually... There was first models of the Pip-Boys in the intro sequence. Where
I was going to say, I think some of the pre-war technology is still, like, he would have used it before he went into the vault. So, I still think that, like, you still saw people walking around in power armor and stuff before the bombs dropped. So...
We didn't know the backstory.
Now that you told me about him being in the war, I'm like, oh yeah, the intro does actually focus on that quite a bit.
Because war never changes.
Of course.
Which has been said in like 30 games now.
Yeah. But yeah,
that's Fallout.
I just never got into... There was something off about the game, that's all I'm saying. But enough about that, we're rambling here again. Something off about Fallout, and I'm still trying to figure out what it was, but we'll get into that later when I get back into the game, after the 7 million mods I've installed. Next game on the light.
Good. Is this a good day for you, Zaffa? Should we reschedule?
Next.
You want to take a 5-minute break, gather your thoughts?
Next game on the list is Metal Gear Solid: The Phantom Pain.
I wasn't even aware of this. I didn't even know this existed.
There we go.
It's the last Metal Gear.
It's not the last Metal Gear.
It is the last one. You will not
It's
tell
the
me.
it's the last one with Hideo Kojima.
Yes.
Hideo.
Hideo.
Okay. Okay, fine. Let's not get into that.
There's no. I never got into the series anyway. But
Same
this one
here.
actually looked good. The only reason I didn't buy it, and most probably will never buy it, is Konami. There are a few companies I don't support: Konami, Bethesda, EA. So about 70% of games
You just hate happiness. If anything brings you joy, you just don't buy it.
Anything that could be good. I might also say I'll also never get anything Nintendo, but that's just because I never got into the Nintendo console war. But yeah, no, it looked like they tried a few good ideas, but they also cut a bunch of stuff, and it looked like the ending should have been different and stuff. But I guess the person on topic on this again will be Kaviex, because I'm sure
he probably
finished
played it. Yeah.
Yeah, I've completed it, and
You see, this is the thing. You're a young kid. You're a kid. You have time to play these things.
he was calling me an old man last cast. Make up your mind.
Shut up.
I can't win.
Kaviex,
No.
Kaviex, the previous course, you had no opinions.
No,
Yes,
I gave plenty
you
of
had
opinions.
no
I'd like you
opinions.
to look back at the VOD.
Okay, I'll go listen to the VOD again today, or look at the VOD again. Just
As far
highlights.
as I remember from the last cast, he promised to
yeah.
buy us all games.
Oh yes, he did.
Yes.
He did. That's
What?
a thing you said. $60
Yes.
games, yes, for Christmas.
Yes. Yeah, for
Yeah.
each of us.
What?
He said
It
it in his
is.
elf suit.
Did I have
Yeah.
a stroke?
Anyway,
No,
back
you
to the
just
Phantom
remember this.
Pain. Back.
That was your punishment for not showing up. And back to topic. Go.
Yes.
So what, you just want me just to ramble about Metal Gear Solid 5
What
now?
do you think of it? Did you
No,
played it? You what?
Like it, dislike.
No, I liked it. Liked it quite a lot. I'm a massive fan of the Metal Gear series, so this is one of my anticipated games of this year. I don't think the annoying thing is that as a game, it's pretty much like perfect, I want to say, for what it's trying to actually set out to do. Like the combat in it, there's basically no faults with. The stealth, there's not really many faults with. There's loads of things to do in the game. Admittedly, some of the story missions are a bit lax, but it's the only place it does kind of fall down in is being a Metal Gear Solid game, which is it doesn't seem to carry across all the aesthetics that a Metal Gear Solid game normally brings across. Like there is just something off to the feel of it. Like it doesn't have the same amount of like weird interactions you can do, and the story was still pretty weird, but I don't know, it's very difficult to explain unless you've played like all of the Metal Gear games like I have, how it just feels different to the rest of it.
Okay.
I think it's the more sandbox look of it as well. It's
Yeah.
because Metal Gear Solid to me is more of a confined space, very tactical movement type of situation, and this one was more of just, hey, you're in a GTA mod and have fun in the sandbox.
Yeah, the sandbox was fun to go around in, but I literally found myself like in the first part of the game, or my first playthrough of it, I was literally just doing story missions because that's all I cared about. Because that's what I liked from Metal Gear games was the story.
Yeah.
Like I liked the highly scripted like cinematics and things like that, the way things played out, like the kooky things that happened in the other games like Psycho Mantis and things like that. Those are what I played the games for. I didn't really care about having a sandbox to play in. I would rather the 20 hours or so that I spent doing the story missions, I would have rather really then been more linked together and maybe have Mother Base as a side thing like it was in Peace Walker, and then just play through the story and just not really care about the sandbox. Because half of the side missions just were literally there for the purpose of being side missions. Like, it was literally doing the same thing about 12 times in a row. Like, admittedly, you had the option to change between, but if you were going to do them, you were going to do the same thing 12 times, whether it's destroy some mines or get a lost Mother Base soldier back or whatever. You was going to do them a ridiculous number of times, and it just seemed at that point they were the purpose of just being, side missions.
Okay. So yeah, what do you think? The game is good, in your opinion?
Yeah, the game is good. Yeah, it's, as I said, it's a really good game. I
Okay.
don't regret spending money on it at all.
Okay, cool. Next up on the list, and we're gonna jump between awards because we're running pretty damn close to time. to our end time. Next game up on Game of the Year thing is Super Mario Maker.
Yes, this is what happens when you have milked a franchise to the point of no more at all. And you can't make a game anymore. You just release.
Just get your audience to do it for you.
Yeah, you just release a toolkit and say, yeah, fuck it. Do your own thing. We're done.
I was waiting for the explosion, man. I was waiting. Yes, this is what happens when you build a game. But yeah, this is.
That's it. You know, I mean, if you run out of ideas.
And basically what everybody's done is they've made fucking Flappy Bird stages out of Mario now. They're all really redundant, stupid, not playable stages. I know you have to do your own run through to get it on and everything, but I mean, it was a lot more fun when they gave you a challenging map and it progressed through the game, not just ooh, I want to play this guy's challenging map, but it doesn't progress me anyway. I just finished the map. I don't get it. But yeah, they're at the point where they don't know what to do with Mario. We've got Mario Kart, we've got Super Mario. I'm sure there's dancing and cooking with Mario. I remember there's I remember a Mario time travel game when I was young that I played. So, that's one of my things. Only reason I did not own a SNES when I was young is because I was already over Mario from earlier days when I played it with friends, where I was like, I can play Mario. No, I'll go with Sega, and that was a shitty system anyway. So. But that's a different topic. So yeah, I don't really have an opinion on Mario Maker. It was summed up by Slabwrangle.
Basically, yeah. Mr. Kaviex?
Yeah, I'm not going to go on a 30-minute tangent about this one. I haven't played it. It looks, as Slabwrangle said, it's basically just a toolkit. It's kind of like you just do whatever you want with it. It's not really massively a game as such as it is just to build your own Mario game. So
yeah.
It's whatever the community has made out of it, which is some interesting levels, but that's about it.
Okay, and then,
in my opinion, not a valid contender for Game of the Year.
Yes, that's the odd one out in there, I think. But I don't know what goes on at the Game Awards. Maybe there was like some sponsorship deals, or
we have to have one Nintendo game here because Nintendo's a big, great company.
Yeah, and then we move on to the winner, and which I feel it deserves. It's The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt.
Boob sell. End of story.
Okay. That's your opinion.
the main character boobs.
Technically, she could have had boobs. One of the protagonists.
Super Mario Maker was missing tits.
Tits,
Yeah.
yes.
Should have had.
Yes.
Game
Well,
of the
I'm
Year.
sure there are many levels out there simulating tits.
Or stimulating tits, if you will. I think Witcher 3 deserved
twisted
this.
12-year-old's fantasy of what tits should be.
I think Witcher 3 deserved this. I think for a technically indie company, they're technically an indie company.
Yeah, apparently.
Yeah, they stopped being an indie company like 2 titles back.
Okay, fine. But they're also responsible for GOG.com, so you better pay them, show them some respect, Slabwrangle.
Yeah, that kind of disqualifies them from being indie, seeing as they're not independent anymore in any way.
Yeah, my thoughts on it, it's good. I want to play it. I want to get into the Witcher series, and I think this will be my game that I will get into it with. Like, that's the thing.
Yeah, I think Kaviex again has the biggest opinion on this, but he basically just told me I played 1 and 2, but I put about 10 minutes into both and just went, not my thing. And I told that to Kaviex last night, and he's like, this one was the first one he could actually really enjoy.
Uh,
So
Yeah.
The problem with
over to you, Kaviex. Yeah,
I think Seth was about to say
second there,
something.
Me interject there for a second. The problem with the Witcher games is they're good, but they all suffer from the single-player Mamorpaga syndrome, where you grind yourself to death even though you're playing a single-player game.
See, that I'm not sure, like... I haven't found in Witcher 3 yet that I've ever found myself grinding in it. I've found every side quest to be interesting enough to the point where I actually care about some of the side quests more than I did about forwarding the main story. Like, some of them have such legitimately good stories behind them that if you wanted to, you could completely just ignore and just continue with the main story. And that's kind of ridiculous how well made the game is in some areas. Like, every part of the world has something interesting in it, which is what I've really liked about it so far. Like, as Tuas is saying, I was just looked up. I have played 30 minutes of The Witcher 1, 10 hours of Witcher 2, and 40 hours of Witcher 3 so far.
okay.
So, and The Witcher 2 is only just because I recently started playing that again once since I was mostly finished with Witcher 3. I say mostly finished, actually. I've got loads to do left, but I wanted to go back and see some story bits. But let's be fair, that itself shows how good I found the story in 3 to be, which was it made me go back to play another game I didn't even particularly like just because I wanted to know the story in it. You know, just because I wanted to know the things they were hinting at. But yeah, in my opinion, the game is fantastic and definitely was the game of the year this year.
Okay. We are going to move on to Developer of the Year because this is quite interesting. I'm going to give you the list here. It is Bethesda, CD Projekt Red, From Software, Kojima Productions, and Nintendo. CD Projekt...
Should I explain to you Kojima Productions?
Please do, because I'm sitting there like, Kojima Productions?
That is actually the production company for Metal Gear, and they contracted to Konami. That's why he's still under contract with them.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. That
Carry
makes
on.
sense. So Bethesda is there. I don't care
It's
about
basically
them.
just all the developers from the Game of the Year contenders.
Yeah.
And which one of them was best.
And obviously CD Projekt Red won because Witcher 3. Yes!
I might
Do you
be
think- I think they also
unpopular
deserve it.
for saying this, but I actually like Bethesda. They're cool.
Okay,
Cool, man. They're cool.
okay.
I don't really have any problem with Bethesda. I don't like the fact that they consistently release semi-broken games that work enough to the point where people will love them, but don't work enough to the point where people have to mod them just to
Play
fix them.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I don't think that's a good ethic. I mean, at least their games are openly moddable, unlike Ubisoft's, which are just always broken and you can't fix them. So,
Ubi.
You're just going to pick up my pronunciation of everything today. I'm British, I don't have to pronounce things correctly.
Yeah. Bethesda have the model airplane philosophy. Here's the basic design. Here, you build it.
Exactly! We've released this amazing game. Now you fix it.
Which is basically what Mario Maker was, less subtly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can't be asked to make a game, so just build one.
Yeah.
Deal with
Yeah.
We give you the
We're sick
framework.
of Mario.
Yeah, exactly.
So in the future we should have Elder Scroll Maker and Fallout Maker. Correct?
Yes, we should.
Yeah.
We should.
Yeah.
Yes, that would work. Elder Scroll Maker, Fallout Maker, that could
But
work.
if they follow the line of Nintendo, we will have Elder Scrolls versus Fallout. Before that.
Elder Scrolls X Fallout. Then it's a love story between the two games. Anyway.
Yeah.
it. Nasty
Anyway.
fan fiction.
Yeah.
So,
Oh my, what a handsome Deathclaw you are. Show me that
Deathclaw
horn,
senpai.
baby. Show me that horn.
Okay, best independent game.
Best independent game. Now, I've got a couple of opinions there. Let me just type that in. I've got a couple of opinions there on the best independent game. So we've got Axiom Verge, which I don't know anything of. Any of you guys about it? What?
Never heard of it.
No,
I looked
no.
through the indie game list, and I can't say I've even heard of any of these.
Okay, then.
Actually, that's a lie. Ori
I
and the
know
Blind Forest
all of
I
them
have actually
except
heard
for
of,
Axiom.
and Rocket League I know about, but the other two are completely foreign to me. The one looks like a Super Nintendo, I mean a SNES version of Contra, in all honesty.
Oh, okay, yeah. Axiom Verge.
Yeah.
We've got Her Story, Ori and the Blind Forest, Rocket League, and Undertale. Now, my opinion on the list quickly, don't know anything about Axiom Verge. Her Story I want to play because apparently that's an amazing game. Ori and the Blind Forest, saw people playing it. I really want to get into that too. Rocket League, awesome game. And Undertale, I don't know where I stand on that. That's a difficult game. That's my opinion on the list.
My
games
opinion
rule.
on the list. No, I'm happy that these exist. I also have to be honest. Axiom Verge before the awards, never heard of it. Her Story sort. I watched through all the trailers on Steam. Went, I'm not gonna play it. Not my type of thing, but it looked amusing. Ori and the Blind Forest, not something I want to play, but it didn't look bad. And then Undertale also doesn't look bad, not something I'll play. And then, of course, Rocket League, which I play constantly. So I think it's a good lineup of independents for the year. I really think there could have been some other independents instead of Axiom Verge, but I'm sure they made a scene somewhere where a lot of people bought it and played it and raved about it. I just don't see it.
No, I do like the lineup for this year. I think like Axiom Verge, as everyone's saying, I personally haven't heard of it before this. Her Story, I've read about it yesterday, and I hadn't really seen much of it beforehand. But looking through it, it does seem actually like quite a cool idea. Like the fact that it, like as Stu was saying, I like the fact that it exists, that someone's tried to do it and is apparently accomplished and doing it well enough to get nominated for a VGA anyway. Ori and the Blind Forest, I think that's pretty cool. I've seen it played through. I didn't play it myself, but I think the story in that was interesting enough, and it was a beautiful looking game. And the combat was also quite cool. Rocket League, I think, I'm not surprised that Rocket League is the winner out of it. It's just like everyone's playing Rocket League at the moment, and it's probably like it is like inarguably incredibly fun. Like of all the games on the list, I'd say it's probably the most fun.
Yeah.
Like as an actual game, like I personally, the next one, Undertale, like I've already voiced my opinions of Undertale and how much I enjoy it, and I think it's fantastic. But Undertale isn't actually that much of a game, so I can see why Rocket League stomped it out.
And the best part is it's independent.
Yeah.
Rocket League does not feel like an independent game.
Not really, no.
Yeah, no, my main thing on that is to get Yahtzee to go back on his opinion on something makes you wonder, because I remember when Rocket League came out, he was doing a video about one of the other games, and he's like, Rocket League came out, I'm not even gonna touch it, that's a piece of shit type of thing in the video. 2 weeks later he did a review on Rocket League where he's like, well, I'll take that back, I was wrong on that one. It's actually a fun little game. There's not enough to complain about, but there's enough to have a fun enjoyment with it.
Yes. I'm skipping around on the list, seeing as we're going to run out of time pretty soon. Slabwrangle, your opinion on that list, or don't you know anything about those games? Oh, you already mentioned.
Rocket League, it looks awesome. It looks like a lot of fun. It's not particularly intellectually stimulating, but it looks like a hell of a lot of fun, like a time burner.
Dude,
right?
do you know how many times a minute, swear words, pours out of my mouth in that game. And if I'm doing it in Afrikaans, it's even more crazy. I'm sitting here going, at least Tooway knows my language usage, but if someone didn't know me and they understood Afrikaans, they would go, this guy's from Satan.
Look, the thing what Rocket League does, and it does it incredibly well, is it delivers what it promises and nothing more. And so many games miss that. Rocket League, you're a bunch of cars, you play soccer, have fun.
There we go.
You know, that's the description. And I'm not surprised it won. Aura in the Bly Forest, like I say, it looks awesome. I've seen a few, and it's a little bit later in this in the awards. It actually won best soundtrack, which it deserves. It's really very interesting. As for the rest of them, unfortunately, I have very little knowledge before this.
Metal Gear 1 base soundtrack, just by the way.
Yeah. So, okay, cool. Best narrative,
Yes.
and this is
It-
best narrative.
this-
The winner is Her Story. The other options besides Witcher 3 and Until Dawn, which is notable, Her Story. That's also another reason why I want to get into it, because I listen to the the Podquisition, every week, and there's actually one Podquisition which I didn't listen to because they were talking about Her Story and the twist and everything at the end. And then they mention it in the following week's podcast, where they say it's an amazing game. It's just, and I'm sitting there going, shit, I need to get the game. So I'm glad that it won the Best Narrative of the Year award.
Cool. Just a correction, yeah. Not best soundtrack, best direction. My bad.
Not a problem.
I'm not angry. I'm not angry. The overlay is fucked.
I don't know what happened.
What did you do,
Breaking your-
Kaviex? Did you unplug your camera, webcam?
No. For some reason,
I
it's
love
just
the
dropping.
100 meg. Yeah, I love the 100 meg connection you have over there. You look awesome, man.
It's just dropping for some reason. I have no idea why.
Oh well, okay. Narrative.
There you're back.
Let's just jump around. Score soundtrack. I'm not gonna go into that. The winner is of course Metal Gear Solid, which is probably cool.
We're skipping handhelds for a reason. We don't do handhelds. Really.
Yes,
They are lame.
they're lame. Let's go
Except that
to.
fall.
Oh shit! Really? Really? I'm not. Except Hatfall. Yes. I'm not gonna go even into the shooters because none of those are really good.
Spunk Goggle Wee Wee.
Yes. Splatoon 1, which is technically not a shooter, but okay.
None of those on the list are. They're all like mostly Spunk Goggle Wee Wee or Call of Duty.
Call of Fallout.
To be dead honest, I've never even seen or heard of Splatoon. It might just be my little bubble I live in that I don't.
It's
follow
Nintendo, don't
stuff.
worry.
Your little happiness-hating bubble.
Happiness-hating bubble, yeah.
Living in my own world. Best role-playing game.
Pillars of Eternity didn't win.
Yep.
Yeah, that's
Bloodborne,
That's a shocker.
Fallout 4,
Really, it's
Pillars
a
of
shocker.
Eternity, and The Witcher 3. And then Undertale.
Well,
And Witcher 3 won.
Witcher, yeah, well, it's a good game and boobs sell, so yeah.
I actually agree with that. It's in my mind, it would have been between for a role-playing game, Pillars of Eternity and Witcher 3, and I'm playing Pillars at the moment, where I really struggle to play 10 minutes without getting bored with the game. The stories are monotonous and boring as hell for me. Yeah, Divine Divinity is so much better. It kept me in the story, and I really enjoyed it. Pillars, not. But it's the same argument of people who like Baldur's Gate against Neverwinter Night. People who like Baldur's Gate will like Pillars of Eternity more. It's just how that works. Those genres still carry on through the ages. You'll get those two groups. But yeah, no, Witcher 3, not a bad choice there for me as the best role-playing game.
Okay, any other categories that you want to look at? I've got the one category here. category that I want to look at, but there's other. I skipped a lot, so if there's something you want to look at, just tell me. Anyone?
I've got best fan creation.
Okay. What? Where the hell is that?
At the bottom, fans' choice.
Okay.
Trending gamer. All I know is Total Biscuit didn't win, so that's about as much interest I've got in it because I don't know the rest of these guys.
For me, the most important bit is PewDiePie didn't win, and who the hell is the guy that won? Greg Miller? What's his name?
Yeah, no, I know the guy, YouTuber and stuff, but I don't think the game awards should be focusing on people who
Gamers.
narrate games and stuff like that, and teams. I don't want to know at the game awards if EG is the best team this year voted by. I really don't care. That should be another type of award ceremony. They just wanted a longer show.
Yeah.
That's not part of
It's
game
like
awards.
it's like at the Olympics awarding best sponsor a gold medal. It doesn't quite fit.
Mm. So yes, on best fan creation,
Yes.
I'm basically just on the winner. Portal Stories, Mel. I know Kaviex played it. Slab, did you play it?
Nope. Sadly not.
It's free. Go download it.
It's
Pretty much.
It's difficult.
Yeah,
It's very hard.
but
It's like
Yeah.
you're here now. Get out of here. What?
Yeah.
but people
Where?
normally help my
Wait.
hands.
It's
Where's
like
the exit? Show me the exit so that I know where to point.
It's like the last quarter of Portal 1, but for the entire game.
Yeah.
Like, where you're
Yeah.
just working around the back of the facility trying to figure out things you can actually interact with. It's like that, but for the entire thing. Except, obviously, that's not the same on a story level, I just mean mechanics level.
No, mechanics level, like the first part that I played, I figured it out by accident. It's like, oh, portal here, portal there, and that thing splashes against that, then I can do it, yay! But it was like 2 hours of me sitting, what the fuck should I be doing in this level? Yeah, but generally I
anybody
suck
got
at
an
games,
opinion?
so, yeah.
Anybody got an opinion on real GTA? I wasn't aware of it before this list, and what is it? Anyone?
No, well, see, that's why I'm not even mentioning the rest of the list. It's
Real
just,
GTA.
yeah.
You know what it was? It was a movie
It's
made.
a live action
It's a
CGI.
live action CGI made in the style of GTA. I saw like the preview
So-
of this. It
So
looks
what?
quite
It's a
cool.
movie. It's not a game.
Yeah, it's a movie. Yeah.
That's lame. I mean, that's been done so many times over. I remember Saturday Night Live used to do spoofs of that.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why I didn't even go into it. That's why I'm also not going into Twitch Plays Dark Souls. That's just a fad. Twitch
I
plays
missed
stuff.
Twitch Plays Dark Souls, I really wish I had seen it. So I bet that was hilarious.
Trollers will troll.
Yeah.
Okay.
Trending gamer. Total Biscuit won last year. He didn't win this year. I don't know. If Greg Miller is amazing at something, sorry, you weren't on my radar. And I'm nobody.
No
I'm
experience.
nobody. I don't know. I don't care who the hell you are. All I care about is the fact that, if out of all of those, if they told me don't choose Total Biscuit, I would have probably have gone with Markiplier.
I would have picked Markiplier off the list.
Yeah, because he's got the voice, man.
He does have a very sultry voice.
Holy shit. He's got the voice.
And the one we care the least about.
And then
Esports
PewDiePie
of the
didn't
year.
win.
I don't give a crap.
Most anticipated game. Let's see.
Yeah.
Fallout 4, probably.
No,
No.
it's not even on the list.
No, this is a game's coming out.
Remember,
Oh,
it's still coming out.
Last Guardian didn't win? Who the hell? What the hell? No Man's Sky? Really? Really?
Fair, No Man's Sky, if it lives up to its potential, will be fantastic. The probability of it doing that is 0, though.
Yeah.
Like, everything they've said about it, if that happens, it'll be fantastic.
Mm.
But the chances are it will be nothing compared to what it's been lived up to be.
Yeah, it's very. No Man's Sky. When I heard the promises, I was like, oh yeah, sure, do that. Do the things you promise us. Go explore every planet. Every planet will be explored. Yeah, right.
It's the same thing as Spore, man. Spore was also, you can explore every planet and it's different. It's random. It's not different.
Yeah. But we've reached the end of the first part of the RambleCast. Anything you want to say on this list that got your attention, anyone? I mean,
I'm quite
Basically
sad
for
that
me-
I
Hmm?
was gonna say
No,
I'm
go
quite
for it.
sad that Undertale didn't win best soundtrack.
I've never heard Undertale's soundtrack, so I have no opinion on that. But yeah, the only thing I got out of this list is I was on the fence if I'll actually buy Witcher 3, and I'll most probably wait for a Steam sale and just buy it.
or a GOG sale. It'll be cheaper on GOG, trust me.
Yeah, but I like everything in my Steam library,
Okay.
so that's why I buy everything they normally.
Yeah, I try to buy everything through Steam, or I forget I own it.
Oh, you forget you
My
own it,
attention
yeah.
span is too short.
Well,
Yeah, sorry, I'm just gonna interject again. I own about 20 games on GOG. I don't know what they are. I have to log in every 2 years to remember what I have on there.
firstly, I have to
So-
remember my password for GOG. I use GOG, but I have to remember my password for GOG. And if I figured that out, I'm like, oh, this is the games, and then I leave it again. Only time I used GOG was for my Fallout 1 and 2 playthrough, because they had a massive sale on that earlier this year. And the longest running sale, actually, on Fallout 1 and 2. And Tactics. Tactics was free. I remember Tactics was free. There we go. But anything I can take away from the list? Her story I'll probably get. And this list sold me on Witcher 3. That is the 2 games that I'm probably going to get in the near future.
I'm probably going to play Witcher 3
Yeah.
for the rest of the afternoon now.
Okay.
Same with me. It's actually convinced me to play Witcher 1 again. So I'll be playing Witcher
Are there
1
boobs in
until it's
that?
finished.
There's boobs in
No,
that.
not enough.
They couldn't
pixelated.
render them at that point in time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It wasn't
all
possible.
weirdly,
The technology
weird and
wasn't there.
pixelated, and there's a lot of like artifacts that make them odd shaped.
Yeah.
You saw what happened when we tried to do tits in the early games. We got Lara Croft. No one wants Lara Croft again.
Triangle
Hey.
tits.
We loved Lara Croft when we were younger, okay?
Yeah, we did. We're
It's
old
better than
enough
that
to
Scramble
love
channel
her.
on the TV.
Lara Croft is probably the most traumatizing game of my early life because of that level 2 death from drowning thing.
That will go on to Old Men Rambling part of the show. Guys and girls, we'll be back in 5 minutes. In 10 minutes. In 10 minutes. We'll see you then. Don't go anywhere. And, yeah.
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 Go get a drink.
Go get a
Why
drink.
don't
Boy.
Wait, what? Oh my? What?
Oh
Well, I said-
my.
I said bye.
Oh, bye. All right. See you around, guys and girls. See you in 10 minutes.